How's it going, guys? It's your boy PragmaticWin here, and it's time to return to Minecraft with a brand new series. But it's not what you're expecting. In fact, the Minecraft part is actually secondary to what's actually going on.
Hello.
And there's Braden,
Hi.
but he came a little bit earlier than I
Oh,
was
okay. Sorry.
expecting. But no, no,
Well, it's too late
we're
now.
doing it. We're doing it live. We're actually not doing it
Yeah,
live,
this
but.
is not, in fact, live.
But what this series is called Digging Deeper, a brand new Minecraft experience for all.
No one has
Where
ever
we're,
done a podcast before.
well, I hadn't mentioned it. It's gonna be a podcast. Braden, you're too early.
I'm sorry. I'm a very premature kind of
You know,
person.
it's fun. That's interesting. But
That's what my doctor said.
um,
It was interesting. Thank you.
And so yeah, as Braden said, this is going to be a podcast series. Hopefully gonna be a series and we're not gonna get lazy and quit. But I guess you'll have to see on that one. But anyways, so basically I had this idea where we're gonna play Minecraft while we talk on the podcast. And as we continue to do episodes, you will see the world. I don't know, you kind of get to see the world build and whatnot and stuff. It's pretty cool. And but the gameplay is only going to be secondary, like I said, so we're not going to focus on it too much, but mainly to talk about stuff. So you can listen only if you want to, or you can watch if you want to. It's all the same to you. Because I personally like watching podcasts, but it's also going to be where you can just listen to it just fine as
You
well.
freak.
Yeah,
Listen to watch
thanks.
an audio format. Also,
It's
I'm currently taking bets on which episode we start cheating in. My money is on 4.
I constructed this thing, by the way, while we were working things
Yeah,
out. There's no reason
it's beautiful,
for the way it looks.
we're gonna run away from it forever.
Yeah, we probably might not see that ever again. Also, there's no game audio. My computer's doing things,
Yeah,
and
these things
I don't
happen.
care enough to fix it.
This
But I don't care enough. I mean, I don't really know how to
We don't
fix
get
it,
paid enough.
and also I don't care enough.
By I don't care enough, I mean I don't care enough, and also secondary.
You know what? I might be an IT major, but that doesn't mean I know how to fix every problem. Am I right?
Or any problem, for that matter.
Facts. That's why Google exists. Hashtag got 'em,
Well,
Bing.
let's. I can't believe that Bill Gates just died in real life. That's the.
Whoa, too
I
soon.
mean, to be fair, IT is basically knowing how to Google things. That's 90% of it. I took IT classes, and I know several people that are in IT, and they can confirm. IT is primarily knowing how to Google things more so than specifically
Knowing
remembering.
what to look
Yeah.
for.
And that's the thing is with an older generation that does not really understand technology, it's not so much as you have to know how to solve every problem. It's more that you have to learn how to solve problems even if you don't know what the problem necessarily is. Also, thanks for making a
Yeah.
second crafting table.
Yeah, I
It
looked
was
at that.
extremely considerate of you.
I mean, it didn't hurt anybody.
For those of you that are listening, a crafting table is an object. Well, I don't know why I assumed. I don't know why I
doing a
assumed that if you're
tutorial
just
now.
listening, you don't know what a crafting table is.
Oh, I need to change some settings here. Real
If
quick.
you've never seen
Let's see.
Minecraft before, can I join you?
Boom.
Minecraft is one of those things that's best experienced the
wait, there's
first
a
time.
Zoom button? Oh yeah, Optifine Zoom.
Oh yeah, your Z, or is it? It might default to control.
I have it set to my second mouse button.
Ooh, that's wild. Wait, then what do you right click with? How do you place blocks?
No, I have a mouse with 2 buttons on it.
I also have a mouse with 2 buttons.
2 spare buttons
Oh,
on it.
okay.
God.
Over here saying.
Turn your brain on, son.
Over here saying I have it on my second mouse button.
I have it up my right click. I can't right click anymore.
I can't place blocks. I can't interact with anything. My life is miserable. How do I use furnace?
What do you mean? How do you use
How do I use a furnace if I can only zoom on it with my right mouse button?
Well, anyway.
I got a upgrade.
Moving away from Minecraft because they said we weren't going to talk about it, what's going on that much.
Well, we said it was secondary. I think it's relevant in some ways. Minecraft is
Fair
a
enough.
massive part of my life. I would have
Same.
died young if I didn't have
That's
Minecraft.
hey, that's a good way to segue into our YouTube channels.
Yeah, please visit my YouTube channel. I uploaded.
Please visit our dead YouTube
Yeah,
channel.
basically. Ethan has
No, there's no
mostly
base.
Minecraft content from
Actually,
high school, and I have 3 Minecraft videos.
I
2
was
of
a.
which I'm not very happy. Well, one of which
Wait, do you only have 2 Minecraft videos,
I
really?
have 3, but one of them I'm not very happy with. I have my Minecraft house tour from when I wanted to start a Minecraft series, but then never did because I realized that I'm not a good writer, especially in the context of machinima. And then there was
Rest in
the
peace, Machinima. It went under.
oh yeah,
But
it's
anyways,
dead now. We can talk about that. But also there's the Halloween special and the super flat video.
I had a ton of Minecraft videos, and I am proud of all of them
Each
because,
one is like your own child.
well, that was I genuinely enjoy making those videos and whatnot
But it's because you get to
because
be with your friends.
I don't know, it was fun.
I don't know.
I was
Know
I
about
was
that.
watching Minecraft YouTubers and
And then you became
you
one.
know
You became the very thing you vowed to destroy.
yeah. And I still go watch every now and then. I go back and watch some of the good ones. Same Love by
Same
Macklemore.
Love by
Still
Macklemore
the
is an
greatest
excellent
video.
name, and the video is
Still the
equally as good.
greatest video ever made. Golly. A little known fact, Macklemore actually pays me royalty every month for that video.
Little known fact, Macklemore actually sued for rights but lost because the judge just really liked that video.
Little known fact, I thought Macklemore was black for a while,
Little
but he's not.
little known fact, Macklemore is in fact black. No one noticed.
Little known fact, Macklemore is not black.
Little known fact, Macklemore has an evil alter ego called Blackamore who is black.
Now, okay, this is conversation is taking a turn for the worst.
I think your best videos are the ones without me in them. That's not true. There are videos with
Wow.
just you and Logan, and I don't know actually.
What are you trying to say?
I've seen them one time, is what I'm saying. The ones with me in them, I've seen more than once.
Well, no crap.
Same Love by Macklemore, I've seen 1,000 times.
It's an exceptional video. It's funny because of how nonsense it is, and also it mentioned one of our classmates' full names.
One of our classmates,
Classmates' full names.
multi-arcade machine emulator.
Shout out to Chance.
You sure you want to keep bringing him up? Is he just a staple of this
No.
channel now?
Yeah, he co-runs my channel. That's what we'll go with.
All I remember about that man is that he looked like he was about 3 years older than everyone else. And like he was either like he had somewhere to be. He looked like he had somewhere to be all the time. Not like he looks like a busy person. Like he's all.
Okay, we can't just start roasting
I
him.
mean, it's true. He always looked like he was in a rush. Like he had somewhere to be, but he just wasn't able to make it in time.
I could tell you where he had to be, but I'll save that for another time.
Was it the marijuana dispensary?
No.
Oh, okay. We don't even have those in our state.
Marijuana dispensary. Hey, I work at Dollar General, and I'll have you know we sell marijuana out back. All around back.
I've been around back, and let me tell you, the only thing they sell there is freaking. Actually, I was trying to think of what to call it. Basically, I one time had to work out back moving a bunch of rolltainers around.
Oh.
And you know what I found out?
What?
I found out that if you work in 100-degree heat moving rolltainers around for 2 hours, you develop a horrific condition in which your entire body itches from the heat.
Oh yeah, I've gotten itchy before from being like really hot.
Freaking what's it? Prickly heat? Something like that.
I don't know.
A condition similar to that. I got to experience that, and you know what? I had to go home because I could not work.
Wow, dude.
I know, I went
You
down.
can't. Wait, what did you do?
What do you mean, what did I do?
Like, what did you just tell him? Like,
I was like, hey, I need to get freaking Neosporin. Not Neosporin. Is Neosporin the itch one? Some itch medication I had to get, and I said I'm gonna have to get this, Or I will actually wait. No, I bought it on my break and then started using it, and then it didn't go away, and it was just getting worse to the point where I couldn't focus, and I was pretty sure I was making very uncomfortable faces at customers. So there was a point like where I said I'm gonna have to go home. Also, I was crying, so that was cool.
Oh gosh, son.
Son, don't call me son. You're not my father.
Well, I've not had a traumatic experience like that
I
yet.
wouldn't call it traumatic. It would have been traumatic if they said no, you can't go home.
Well, okay, they're not gonna not let you go home if you're like having a crisis.
Yeah, it was a interesting day.
Who's working?
Do you want me to talk about this on camera?
Nah, I don't care.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
It-
Oh crap, I don't want to die.
Well, that makes one of us, I guess.
I was gonna ask you about your experience working there.
You're gonna have to be more specific because I experienced several things. Such.
Well, tell me all about it. 'Cause I want to see how it compares with mine so far.
I consider.
Did we mention it with Dollar General?
Yes,
I don't know if
you
we
said that
mentioned.
earlier.
Okay. Putting that out there.
My time at Dollar General, I would not consider a great time. I don't want to be mean to the place. It's just that I do not like working retail. It is.
Yeah.
It is not for me.
It's not for me either, but I have to kind of deal with it for the moment.
I'll be honest. If it was the kind of place where I could wear headphones the entire day, it would.
That would conflict with being a cashier.
Well, you say that. Like I would be like I could just turn down whatever I'm listening to. Like I don't mean like listening to like death metal. I just mean like listening to a podcast or like light music, something that helps me zone out. Basically, if I'm at a job where I can zone out, I'm pretty happy.
I died.
You died?
No, I have to hide.
Oh, I died.
It's wild.
I'm just basically cutting trees forever.
Yeah, I don't like that. I can't really hear the music well from where I am because music makes everything better.
It does. But then again, one of the songs that they play relatively often is Rick Astley's "Never Gonna Give You Up."
That's a fire song.
If you have to listen to the whole 3 minutes more than one time, you'll realize you do not like it.
No, I like the song. It's a good song.
I do not appreciate. I've realized why it became a joke. It's because it's very catchy. It's just not good.
Not disagree. Hard disagree.
I'm not sure where you are, but I'm
far off somewhere.
Somewhere in the forest.
I've done some wandering of my own.
I can see 4 spiders.
Just like I'm wandering in life.
Which is why you're working at Dollar General.
So yeah, it's not. Whenever I applied, I was like, I wish I could do everything but cashier. But now that I have done cashiering, that's kind of what I want to do because I feel like stocking sucks. And I've done it one time since I've worked there.
Oh yeah, it gets easier the more you do it because you get
knowledge.
Yeah, it's not completely clear at the beginning. Like they try to explain it, but it's pretty easy to not understand what the actual like labels mean in terms of where things are.
Yeah.
But once you do it a few times, you start realizing the patterns.
That's one thing I have to bust their chops over. Not good at training people.
Oh yeah, they like to give you a couple days of training and then immediately put you on the field. Actually, not even. They like to give you half a shift of training and then be like, "All right, you want to try scanning people?" And you're like, "No."
My cashier training was literally
stand behind someone at the cashier
I
for
guess
a few minutes.
No, not even that really. Well, I guess I won't specify the name of the person, but
does it start with a W?
No.
I don't think there's anyone there that starts with a W. I hope
but
not.
Basically, the person who was like quote unquote training me was like just telling me she just told me like basically everything I needed to know like in the span of like 10 minutes or probably like 5 minutes more realistically, and then And then basically she just made me start checking people out, and which she did stand there with me for for a little bit, and just helped me out.
Mm,
'Cause that was my first time ever using a register,
yeah.
doing so. Which I got it now for the most
Yeah,
part,
the
but
registers are a
I got
little.
I got bombarded with information,
Oh yeah, it's
and I was like, I don't know how to handle this.
it's definitely a it's very easy to get swamped with a lot of information at once in regards to cashiering.
And selling people cigarettes is annoying because I
It
don't. Well, I'm actually kind of learning them now, but
I have no idea where any of them are still. Like I know where the Marlboros are, and I know that if they say a type, I can associate with a couple colors. But if they're like, I want a rolled Pall Mall, I was about to say rolled gold. That is in fact
Pall Mall.
pretzel. They want a freaking I want a Pall Mall. I had someone say that to me once, and I just had
I'm
to
pretty sure
ignore
somebody said pale mail one day
it.
to
Yep,
me.
that I've heard that one too.
Pa- Like, son, read the
There are
package.
two ales. If you want to pay,
I don't even smoke it. I just looked at it and I already figured out how to pronounce it right.
they're actually hitting on you. You were the pale male they were looking for.
Pale mail. Facts. I am a pale male because I don't go outside much.
Who needs to do that?
Facts. Why would I do that when I can look up big titty cock girls?
That's honestly a meme I'm a fan of just because it's so bizarre.
It kind of died out, hasn't it? Is it daytime, by the way,
It is not.
outside?
It is raining and it is nighttime.
Can you make a bed?
No,
I guess I'm gonna
or I
chill.
guess
I
I'll
guess I'm gonna do
die.
some mining.
I'm doing some cave exploring. Haha,
Um,
just kidding. There's nothing in here. Except there's coal. Here's coal. I'm going to have a cold.
speaking of cult, no, I'm just kidding.
Speaking of
But
colds, I have one. Chew.
I'm gonna.
The first.
Oh yeah, I had this one idea for a topic because I've actually see I was gonna rant about it on Twitter, I think, and then I was like, you know what, I'll save it for the podcast. So I was thinking about, so you know how basically 95% of everyone swears, right?
Right.
Like on a consistent, to a certain
Yeah, that
extent,
is very common.
on a consistent basis. um, and I hate when people use the argument that's like they're just words. Like I can't stand that argument because it's so it's such a what's the word I'm looking for? It's like a dense way of viewing it for lack of a better term. 'Cause I say like a lot whenever I can't articulate my words.
It's
But
okay. We'll
um
forgive you.
basically saying they're just words implies that words don't have meaning, which is not true because alright, so I know for a fact that there are relationships like romantic relationships that either
Mhm.
go through struggles or even break up because one of the partners cannot fully commit to saying I love you. Would you agree with
I
that?
would say so. Yeah, I've seen that episode of Drake and Josh.
I
See
don't.
you in
Oh
chemistry.
yeah, I guess that was a Drake and Josh episode, but and clearly I love you is a expression that holds a lot of weight, especially in a romantic setting.
I love you too, Ethan.
So just so so to imply that these swear words don't have any weight is completely false. Now, am I saying that? I don't know
Yeah, your point
because
isn't. It's mostly just about the argument and not really about like actually swearing.
yeah, should you yeah.
I think
And
an
my
easy counter
well, you
argument
got
is just racial slurs because if you were to say that to pretty much anyone, they'll get uncomfortable, and you could just say, "Well, it's just a word. I don't actually mean it."
yeah. I think if you said well, if you compared them to racial slurs, they would be like Uh, well, it's not a racial slur. It's just a
It's just a
word.
regular
Like,
slur.
but I don't know. My what? Why am I getting tabbed out? Uh, my viewpoint on it has always been I don't I don't understand why they're wrong because I don't think anyone really does. But I mean, society just views it as wrong, so I'll go with
Garrett
it.
said the F word on Reddit.
Well, I go right now, Garrett.
Yeah,
I guess his viewpoint is that if you typing it is not as
yeah.
bad as
That's
saying it, which I guess may be
I
true. I
have
don't
definitely
really
heard
know.
that one before.
People used to say it. I remember somebody saying that like spelling it out is as bad as saying it, which is not true.
That's basically one step away from saying. If you say F word, that's as bad as actually saying it because you're saying the first letter so people know what you're saying. Or if you just say
But
F
yeah,
that.
I can't. I can't like saying a swear word whenever like something bad happens, like pretty bad happens. That's obviously understandable. But like when people's vocabulary is filled with nothing but swearing,
Mhm.
and it's like in every sentence multiple
Yeah,
times,
it's very easy to fall into
it's
a.
very annoying.
I say that that's my thing today is saying that it's very easy to fall into a trap or whatever. But
You've fallen for my
you've
trap
fallen for
card.
my swear card.
I'm in
Take
a
2 emotional
crazy
damage.
cave right now. Oh my
But yeah,
gosh, there's so much going on in here.
it's pretty common for people to start swearing in like high school and then they don't really know how to control it, and because it's new they think it's funnier than just regular words, so they'll start overusing it.
I actually think I would be funnier in most people's eyes if I did swear.
That yeah, there are people that say you
Because
can
most people,
there are people that
well,
say
go
you
ahead.
can be funny without swearing, like as a big point, and that's very true. But also, there are situations where swearing can make a situation funnier, just because it conveys more emotion.
And yeah, and some people just laugh at swear words, like they just think it's hilarious.
Okay, well, it's because they are.
Oh, I found a mine shaft.
Oh my god.
But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I was talking about this thing with some of my mates I play
Your
PlayStation with
mites?
because they all like I'm the only one that doesn't swear, and
You're a baby.
yeah, and I guess I'll mention Austin because I know he wouldn't give two craps, but
And
um
he's here right now.
he's like welcome. He like he for some reason like recently has like just had this
He's transformed.
obsession. Like he really wants to hear me say like the F word or just to swear in general, but mainly the F word. Like he had like a fantasy of it for some
What
reason
you should do is you should make an edit of yourself saying it, using clips of yourself saying other words, and then play that over your
and
phone.
edit it together. But and the reason why, well,
The reason why is because he's a
um,
psychopath.
well, oh crap, I'm getting attacked. But
You are getting attacked verbally by him.
no, I guess part of the reason why is because, well, let's go back to uh early Call of Duty World War II, where pretty trash game, but
Oof.
neither here nor there. Um, I think we were staying up late one night playing, and I was pretty tired and I guess delirious, and I'm playing. I'm getting really mad, and I just like I just dropped a f bomb. Was like not even like thinking. I was just like mad. I just said it when me and him were playing, and and he it's funny because he didn't react at all to it then. Oh crap, homeboy skeleton's
Homeboy
here.
skeleton.
But and I am like now, like, why are you so upset trying to get me to say the F word? And he's like, 'cause that one time you said it, dude, it was
It was
glorious. I'm like,
glorious.
yeah,
Good
I'm
lord.
like, you didn't even react to it at the time. He's like, well, and I'm like, no, you're full of crap.
You're full of fudge.
But yeah, um,
All I could.
you think,
What now?
I was gonna say, do you think there are people that have never swore?
I think I'm one of them. Okay, that's not true. I. There probably are, but it's like they're probably like me, where they just never started and they don't really have a reason to start.
Yeah, I I don't know.
I don't want to.
There's no need to say them,
Yeah,
really.
it's very easy in life to get into situations where you don't have to, or there are alternatives.
But, not to toot my own horn,
That's
but
disgusting.
I'm pretty good at thinking before I speak. I almost always do it. So,
I've made a
like,
habit.
if I were, which is ironic because that's what I mentioned a second ago about saying the F word, but I was very tired and
What?
delirious. But if I were to say it, it's because I wanted to, not because it slipped. More than likely,
Yeah, that makes sense.
unless I was like distracted or something. But
Yeah, it's for me. I have like I think I'm the same way, which is if you ask pretty much anyone I know, it's like, does he think before he speak? He would
does he think before he
see
speak?
things like that where it's like I know what I want to say. It's just it sometimes it doesn't come out right, but for the most part,
Oh, I'm awful at
oh yeah,
talking. That's what I've learned.
that's there's a
I'm just
very
bad at
broad line
speech.
between thinking before speaking and speaking correctly.
Yeah. Holy crap,
You
my
bringing up
brain's
Austin, all I
starting
can
to
think
turn off.
about is the time in middle school where for some reason
You ratted us out for gleaning?
what now?
Or you freaking snitched on us for
Okay,
gleaning?
well, I'll be honest.
Even though I didn't know how
That was
to?
in a dark time in my life where I was just like, well, here are people that I've heard talk about it. Therefore, they're implicated too. Also, I have an agenda because I'm a little baby. I apologize.
Well, I ended up not getting a Palin, although I almost did.
And I'm gonna apologize
He
again next
was.
time you bring it up, which will be in what, an hour?
I don't know. He was
Colin
like.
posted.
Well, it's funny. I guess we'll go through that story because I don't know how much you know about what actually
All I know
transpired.
is that I guess I can tell my side, which is just that. Uh, I guess I'll throw his name out. Gavin was I guess for viewers that don't know, gleating is the thing where you move your tongue in a weird way and basically spit flies out of your mouth at high
Spit.
speeds.
Yeah.
A guy named
Yeah.
Gavin was doing that pretty commonly around me. I thought it was gross, so I went to the principal, I guess, to be like, hey, can you make this stop because it's awful? And for some reason, I was like, I'm just going to throw in some names of other people
He was
who
like,
I've.
no loser.
Yeah, just throw in names of other people who didn't really do it, but I was having some.
No, they were
Okay,
doing
other
it.
people and also you.
They were doing it on the lunch table, which is absolutely
Okay, yeah, true.
disgusting.
Yeah, that was they would do it at lunch, which is no thank you.
But I could not do it. I actually remember the exact situation for why you
Oh,
even like put me on the
tell me more.
list. I remember we were outside waiting on Mr. Davies' class to start. We were waiting on him to
To
get
unlock the
there.
door.
So yeah,
Yep.
so we could get in. And we were just standing around, and I was practicing gleading because I couldn't do it. Now
Mm.
everyone else, it was the thing to do
Oh,
these
okay.
days. I don't know. And then I don't remember exactly why. I'm guessing you made some kind of like snide comment to me,
Mm.
and I guess I didn't like it. So I like gleeded at you or in your direction,
Nice.
and then you got upset about it, and then
And the rest is history. Okay, well, I'll
yeah,
be honest. If that's
and then you rattled off a list of people to Miss Christie.
well, I mean,
I,
Miss
f- I,
Christie.
f- yeah, that's who you. I remember 'cause one day,
Hmm.
I think after lunch, you were like just talking to her and like telling a whole bunch of
That
people, or telling
yeah, that
a
makes
whole list
sense.
of people.
I liked Miss Christie. She was a cool teacher.
I feel like her opinion of me went much lower after that.
Possibly. I mean, if that's
which is
true that
sad
you
because I
did that, then
locked
I
her.
don't freaking. I'm not sorry then.
Well, I didn't gleat on you. Like I said, I couldn't even do it, but you had it coming to yourself with the comment you made.
Which was,
I
hey,
don't
hey,
remember, but
pragmatic spit.
why there's so many creepers in here? But oh yeah, so the actual situation or what happened with um, so we got the lot of us got called to the principal's office, which is a big yikes for
Oh
me
yeah.
because that hadn't happened since I was in first grade. But
First grade.
um
Ooh.
yeah, so there's a group of us in there, and he talked to us how about disgusting it is. And he was right, and I was like, I know he's right because I don't do that
Except you were
nonsense.
practicing it.
Oh yeah, but not like I was gonna do it because I don't spit on lunch
Okay, well that
tables.
yeah, fair.
I have a decently working
I have
brain.
standards.
Um, but yeah, and then
How, how, how
and
did you get
then
diamonds
I
before
think that
making an iron pick?
I found it in a minecart
Oh,
set,
okay.
but I think there were about 7 or 8 of us in there, and he was like, uh, yeah, he was giving us that whole spiel, and then like 5 of them were like, no, we weren't actually gleaning and made up some bull crap and lied, just completely lied to his
Yep.
face, and and they got to leave,
Nice.
and and the only ones left in there were me and Kane, which is ironic. Well, I think Kane actually did glean on maybe on the table,
Mm.
maybe not. I don't know, but it is ironic because we stayed in there because we were like, well, I guess we gleeded, and and the other ones, the
Oh
actual like
yeah,
main
the
culprits,
bad boys.
lied and left, and we were standing there, and he was like, "Well, all right, you want a paddling or ISD?" And I'm like, "Well,"
Well, if that's the options.
um, and I neither one of us like said anything.
Mm.
Like I was just standing there, like, "Crap, I don't know." Um, but I forgot what actually we said after that, but he eventually got to the point where he was like, "Well, you guys are good kids and you've never done anything before, so I'll let you go this time." I was like, "Lit, fam, crisis averted." And then and because that would have been getting to paddling. I just
Yeah.
I don't even know. My parents would have given me a whipping when I got home. That would it just been a whole cluster of
I
nonsense,
never
but
understood that. The whole if you get a paddling at school, you get one at home.
just a parent
Do
thing
they
to
just
do.
think that the school doesn't do it good enough, or else are
No, they want you to they want to make sure
they're
you
so
know.
vindictive that they're like, well, we gotta teach this kid a lesson.
And I actually never told um like any of my family about that for like 7 years, or maybe like 5 or 6 years,
Oh my god.
because I wanted to make sure I was in the clear before they got that
You wanted to ride free.
before they before they tried to do anything or whatever. But yeah, and I think like a week or two, maybe it wasn't very long after that
Mm.
happened. We had one of those like community church fellowship dinner things, you know what I'm talking
Right.
about? And Mr. Chumley was there, and we were like everybody was, going in the line and getting all their food, whatever food they wanted. And he happened to be right next to me, and he like leaned in close to my ear, and I think he did like a
And he gleated in your ear.
no, and he did like I think he did like a shushing thing or something. I forgot, or maybe he said something, but basically what he meant was that it's secret safe with him.
That
Like that's what the point he made was. I can't remember. I think he said it. I can't remember. I remember certain details, and then certain details I don't remember.
Incredible.
But anyways, I respected that he was so cool enough to keep it a secret like that. Also, I found more
I'm
diamonds.
proud of you. So the moral of the story is
Moral of the story.
don't
Let's
spit on
see.
tables, don't make friends with
Don't
rats.
spit on tables.
If you or anyone you know is a dirty snitch rat, don't do anything near them because they will sell you out for the first chance they get.
Yeah. That was an experience, I
That is a
suppose.
way to phrase it, indeed.
And then yeah, that's it. And then I got 3 paddlings later that year. No, I'm just kidding. That didn't
I was
happen.
about to say, how many paddlings have you gotten?
Oh,
Oh,
1.
nice. I think I've gotten 3.
How'd you get 3
Not
paddlings?
in 1 year, over my entire thing.
Well, well, either way.
Wait, 4.
You're talking about in
Yes.
school.
When I was okay,
You're like,
I do not
how?
remember the first one in first grade.
I remember my first grade one
How'd that go?
quite decently well. Well, I remember it well. It didn't go well.
It went
I guess.
great.
I enjoyed myself.
It felt amazing. I was so disappointed.
Basically, what happened is, so you know Methan.
That wacky fellow.
Well, actually, I think I was sitting on the front row in first grade, and I think honestly I was just swinging my feet. I don't know, or maybe I did just do it, but I don't know why I did it. I kind of did it. But basically, he was walking. He walked like up front in front of my deck, and I stuck my foot out and tripped him. And then I think I got moved to the yellow
They put me on yellow.
And then I was very fearful of what my parents would do, because I had, let's see, what happened? Wait, no, I think what happened? Did I get the paddling, and then I think I had some kind of slip I was supposed to give to my parents, and then I didn't because I was scared.
Right.
And then I got a paddling, maybe? No. I got a paddling, and then I got the slip for the paddling, and I was supposed to give that to my parents, and I didn't. And then I got in trouble. I don't know. I was supposed to tell my parents, didn't, lied about it, got a paddling, then got the paddling slip, and I brought that to my mom, and she was mad, and I got tore up when she came home, or when we got home. Yeah.
Children are awful.
I remember her anger.
I love how you're like, how did you get 4? Is it really that hard? It was pretty easy for me.
Because you're not a very, like,
I mean, right now I'm not.
Conflicting person.
When I was in
I guess not.
elementary school, I was awful. Actually, my worst year was 2nd grade because this kid named Dylan. Do you remember Dylan, the one who moved to the nearby town across the state?
Not
His
really.
head was very white.
Yes. I remember them now.
I had this running joke where basically I was kind of a bully in elementary school.
That's
yeah. Especially for people who, if I saw any kind of like with him, I had this thing where he was kind of smaller than me and also thinner than me, so I was able to like push him over pretty easy. So that was my thing, was I would basically make up any kind of joke or excuse to push him over, just to be like, hey, I'm better than this kid, because I had emotional issues that still aren't resolved to this day. I did not get paddled for that, even though I did that through the entirety of 2nd grade.
Man.
That's the one I deserved it most for. In kindergarten, I was paddled because we had this rule where, do you remember the auditorium? They had the bathrooms at the front of it before they tore it down and replaced
Yeah.
it.
Before it got
Before,
contaminated with asbestos.
before it got bodied. There was the rule of
Yeah.
we were not allowed to swear. Not swear. What's wrong with me? We probably weren't allowed to do that either. But we weren't allowed to yell or
Definitely
scream
not.
in the bathrooms. I one time was in the bathroom and this is maybe about to get a little weird. This was at an age where I didn't know how to properly use my pants while at a toilet. You understand? And someone wanted to find out if there was someone in the stall. And instead of doing the smart thing and going I remember who it was. I don't want to say his name, but they wanted to find out if there was someone in the stall. Instead of doing the smart thing and going like a couple feet back and looking if there were feet under the door, they climbed up the door and looked over. And I was exposed. And so my only reaction was to just scream. And so I got paddled.
Wow. Maybe got paddled.
I got paddled because I was sexually harassed.
Violated.
Yeah, basically.
Dude, elementary teachers are awful. Because,
not fourth grade.
Well, in general.
Our fourth grade teacher
but
was different.
Not.
Nice
yeah. Well, yeah, but I mean in general, obviously not all of them, but like they straight up like you'd be coughing and they'd be like, "Stop that!" Like, hold on, look.
Ma'am, I'm trying not to die over here.
I'm trying to get water out of my lungs, and you're telling me to stop because you think I'm just faking it.
Well, that's the thing with kids is that it's very common for them to just like be doing something,
do stupid stuff, but still, I don't know. I think you might could tell whether they're just doing it or not.
I don't remember what my second. I got 2 paddlings in first grade. I do not remember what the second one was for. I remember the first one very clearly, and it was that I had. You remember the Magic Treehouse? They had companion books. So like there was the book about they went back to see the dinosaurs, and then there was a book that was like a bunch of facts about dinosaurs and like dinosaur information. Those books sucked. And I picked one out to do the AR test on, and I was meant to read it. And my mom said to me the night before the test, she said, "Be sure you read that book. I know you're playing Roller Coaster Tycoon right now, but you got to read the book before you go to bed." And I said, "Okay." And then I played Roller Coaster Tycoon until I went to bed. And then the next day, I was to take the test. And instead of saying I didn't finish the book, she asked me, "Did you finish the book?" I said yes, because I thought I could fake my way through an AR test. I was wrong. I did trash garbage. And she saw and she was like, "You didn't read the book, did you?" And I said, "No." And she said, "You lied to a teacher." And I said, "Yes." And I got paddled.
You got a paddling? That's wild.
My teachers didn't let me play around.
I need to vent about AR and how awful it is. And this is not gonna be me. It's not gonna be me complaining about something because I'm lazy.
Can I just get up my my last paddle?
Yes. Oh yeah. Sorry. We'll vent about that in a second.
My last paddling was in 3rd grade, which was when. Actually, there's a different lying to teacher story that I might just throw in. But when I was in 3rd grade, there were the bathrooms at the end of the hall that had the really big stalls, so you could hide around the corner and jump out. I did that one time, and then also I was with James Watson, no less, and we did that, and we were also like roughhousing. And our 3rd grade teacher was like, "Are you playing in there?" We were like, "Yes, ma'am." And then the 3 of us that were playing in there, we were like jumping around and getting loud. All 3 of us got paddled in sequence. And I remember sharing with James Watson, we shared this look with each other of, we're getting paddled for this, but it was fun and it was kind of worth it. And that was basically why I'm a communist now. Because bucking the system is fun. That's a joke. I'm not actually a communist,
Because
but
beeping the system is
yeah.
fun.
Buck.
Braden just swore,
I
in
said
case you
bucking
guys didn't
the
know.
system. B.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, saying it again is gonna make it any
Thank
less
you.
offensive.
I
Alright.
don't.
Like, that's all the
That's
paddling
all.
stories?
There was also the lie story
Alright,
if you want me to
Tom.
throw that in.
Yeah, go
When I
ahead.
was also in first grade, this was after getting paddled for lying to my teacher. Um, well, this isn't quite lying, but we had a math worksheet that we did. I took it to the front, and then I saw that the person in front of me turned theirs in, and then like was standing there saying something. While she was standing there, I looked and I saw, oh wait, I did this problem wrong. I misread it. So I then go back, sit down, finish that problem correctly, and then go back to the front. And I'm like, I totally got away with that. And my teacher looks me in the eye and she said, cheating is wrong. You know that, right? And I said, yes. And
No.
and she said, "Do you know who you make? Do you know who gets unhappy when you cheat?" And I looked her in the eyes and I said, "God." And she said, "Well, yes, but you know who else?" And I said, "What?"
Well, yes.
And I said, "Who else?" She was like, she said, "Mrs. Deaton." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Elementary school. Wait, why did you run away from your mom?
I just think it's funny. Little kid me saying that God is mad at me, and she's like, "Well, crap. I can't say he's not."
Gotcha. It's like a catch-22. Little did they know.
Little did they know God was going to destroy me.
The least part of Braden's concerned later on.
Hey, you don't gotta call me out like that.
Well, that's a topic for another
Is it
day.
really? Are we gonna
Uh,
talk about that?
Yes, probably
All
at
right.
some point. But um, but now I got a rant about AR, and you may be wondering why I'm so passionate and wanting to rant about AR. And that's because I think I think it I think it has created an entire generation, aka my generation, that absolutely hates to read because no, I'm being
You
serious
might be right. I'm interested in this.
because the whole premise of AR was you had to get these points, and you get points by reading a bunch of books. And to my remembrance, I don't think you always got to pick. I don't think you got to pick.
I did. We would go to the library and
I
we
don't
would be
know.
like, "Hey."
But I remember you had to read a lot of books, and I think a lot of different genres. But anyways, the thing is, you had to read books regardless of whether you wanted to or
Yep.
not. And what that does is when you get forced to do things, especially at a young age that you don't like that, and you have to do it over and over again, it makes you not want to do it whenever you're free
Yeah,
from it.
it is.
And people don't, kids like, they got forced to read so many things they didn't want to read that now they just resent reading altogether. Reading
Yeah.
books, that is, not just reading in general.
I think that definitely there's merit to that. Another
That's not the
Yeah,
only reason, but
well, there's another thing is that with AR, like I liked AR at first because it was like, hey, I like reading and I can just read books I like because my jam was Hank the Cowdog and the Magic Treehouse, and okay, Hank the Cowdog was the best one, obviously, but there were some others that were good. But say you picked up a book that you didn't like, you know what you got to do? You got to read that book no matter what. Because if you didn't
yep,
get your AR points. So you had to sit there and
yep.
just screw yourself
Oh, crap.
poking in a book.
Guess what? It wasn't uncommon for kids to cheat their AR
Ooh,
points.
how do you do that?
I don't remember, but I know that they
Was it
did.
just you read the back of the
I,
book?
I know I didn't go on any AR trips. That's all I know.
I actually went on most of them because I found books I liked. But yeah, I don't really care for reading that much because there's a lot of it's hard for me to focus, honestly.
It's just like it's such a millennial thing to say, but I just want to watch it. I want to watch them. I don't want to just read it. Although I have a pretty good imagination, It's like almost too tedious to read
I
it. It's as lazy as
yeah, I
that
think I'm the same way, but also I have this problem of because of the way
not being
my
able
life
to
is my
focus.
entire life is gone. I have this innate sense of I have to be doing something all the time or else.
I als- also have that
And
kind of
it's
feeling.
very it makes it difficult to do a lot of things, especially reading because I'll just be like, "Well, I'm just sitting here looking at paper. I've got I could be doing anything else."
Moral of the story: we have
That
ADHD.
I mean, I might. Honestly, I have no idea if I have some kind of developmental condition.
I've wondered about that
I've had multiple
myself,
people in my life say, "Hey, you
but
might have ADHD," or "Hey, you might have autism or Asperger's."
they don't. Mental health is not a big enough concern in this country at the
It really
moment,
isn't.
and in my opinion, especially because a lot of this generation is afflicted with it. But I think after our generation like grows up, I think more attention will be drawn to it for sure. Oh, speaking of trips, advanced trips, aka if you're dumb, you can't go on trips.
Well, yeah.
I mean, is that not
I
what
can't
that
believe
is?
you said advanced and I was like, what I have no idea what he's going to say. And then you said advanced
And
again and I had a whole generation of memories come back to me. Did you make
yeah,
advanced advanced?
those MCT, I did.
Oh my god. The freaking MCT.
Ah, I just got poisoned.
Ah,
There's a witch behind me. Oh, this is bad news
I like how we're just
bears.
doing completely separate things now.
Well, yeah. Oh crap. Please don't kill me.
It would be very inconsiderate.
Oh crap, I'm about to die because he's hit me through the freaking wall. Hold on, can I open my... No, I can't open my coordinates.
I could
Hmm.
teleport to you.
Well, I don't have... Shit.
I said 4 episodes until cheating. I was wrong. You can bounce on beds now. What? Oh, by the way, I have 2 beds.
Well, are you gonna do it?
Nah. You know how
I'm
you got down
angry.
there, right?
No, dude,
Oh,
that was that was where not having audio actually screwed me really badly.
nice.
But and also him hitting me through a wall also helped a lot.
Nice.
Well, guess I'm back here. That's pretty annoying. Um, let's see. Well, we're about at almost an hour, so I guess we can be winding down.
Let's go on more smart people trips. No idiots allowed.
No idiots allowed on these trips. I can't wait because the next episode I just have to completely start over again. I found some diamonds too, and I'm upset.
I mean, you just gotta find wherever you went in.
I need to fix my audio for next time.
Maybe.
That's what needs to happen.
We will see, won't we? There's a dog over here eating a
Yeah,
skeleton.
yummy. Alright, well, I guess we're gonna wrap it up here. Actually went by very
It did.
quickly.
Even quicker than last time.
Once we got a nice flow going. And I'm not talking about from
I think
progressive. But anyways,
I shouldn't say that.
uh, thank you all for watching. Thank you for stopping by. If you've made it this far, I'm thoroughly
I'm
impressed.
thoroughly implored.
I'm thoroughly impressed. Um, please leave a comment if you actually did make it through the whole
Please
thing.
leave a comment if you think that we should replace me with, for example.